sounds like you're talking about selling the house. I'm not selling the house.
So we just got done doing a call recording with our acquisitions team on a foreclosure lead. Now you have to treat a foreclosure lead different than you were to treat any other lead. And here's the reason why. These people are in denial. It's almost like an intervention, right? When someone has problems for years and years and years within a family, everybody's kind of pushing it to the back, not really taking a look at how serious the situation is. And then everybody gets around them and hits them with the cold hard truth of you got a massive problem and something has to be done about it. Well, that's what these people in foreclosure or pre-foreclosure are dealing with. So you have to meet them where they're at in their journey of denial, and you gotta be able to handle them with velvet gloves. You gotta use a lot of third-party stories. They gotta be able to relate to the situation. They don't wanna feel like they're being pushed out. It's you and the homeowner versus the multi-billion-dollar banking industry, and you need to let them know like you're on their side. It's you and the homeowner versus the bank. Because all the bank cares about is the almighty dollar, and what we're trying to do is help them beat the banking system by getting the money out of the house before they take it all. So you're gonna hear the call recording. One of our closers did an absolute phenomenal job in the call, and I want you all to hear this.
Hey, Miss Carol, how are you today?
I'm just fine. How are you?
I cannot complain. God woke me up and I'm breathing and I can see, so I'm happy. Actually, it's my birthday
This
today,
lady's
so me
fire
and more
smoke
happy.
alarm going off the whole time.
Happy birthday.
Oh, I appreciate that. Well, Miss Carol, the point of the call today is just simply to see if the property qualifies for getting an offer as is. We're looking to put properties into our portfolio for one of two reasons. One being a fix and flip, and two being a buy and hold for our rentals. And by the end of this phone call, I'm either gonna give you an approval with an offer or a denial with a reason why. And some of the benefits of working with us is we do buy the home as is, we cover all of the closing costs, and there is no commissions. Miss Carol, do you happen to have a pen and paper by you?
Yes, I do.
That would be amazing.
Intro was
down my
phenomenal.
contact information, and there will also be some more information. I am pretty confident you will want to write down if we can get the home approved today.
Okay.
Old lady, tonality's great, your energy's great.
My name is Caden McNamara.
I think you read it
That's spelled
word for word.
Yeah.
Huh?
C-A-D-E-N. And our office number is 480.
You know when you hear
771.
someone's fire alarm going off that they're motivated.
2421.
Nope.
And every time you say something about it, they go,
And Miss
I
Carol,
don't
could
hear
you
it.
repeat the phone number for me just to make sure you've got the right one down?
My autism would make me rip my ears off.
480-771-2421.
Awesome. And then our website is just simply primepartnerhomebuyers.com, just the name of our company.com.
Okay.
All right. Well, Miss Carol, catch me up to speed. What's got you considering selling this house?
Well, actually,
So the intro was absolutely phenomenal. Did exactly is when he was given his name at a speed she could write it down. He said the phone number. He asked her to repeat it. He set very clear expectations. We're gonna see if the property qualifies. Like, dude, that was done to a T. Literally to a T. Couldn't have zero constructive criticism on that right there. Like you knocked that intro out of the park in my opinion.
And the cadence was really good too. I think I hear some of you guys will rush through that and it say it super fast. Like the cadence of just slowly explaining it was really
amazing.
Good. Yeah.
Amazing job.
out of this house feet first. Because I don't like moving.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I don't, we were talking about a home improvement loan.
Mm-hmm.
Then whatever came up is what prompted that. But I'm not sure what that is because real estate is not my thing. Litigation.
Right,
And
right.
so-
No, I hear you. So you were coming into the call thinking you'd get a home improvement loan, and it kind of just went completely opposite. Okay. Yeah, Julian. He didn't tell me everything you guys talked about. We only spoke for a brief time, but he let me know about the pre-foreclosure status. It is showing up on public record as a pre-foreclosure, and it will be going to auction soon. So kind of, there's a couple of different routes you could go, but the easiest and almost reset button to kind of save a headache and possibly your financial, just personal loan for the next 7 years would probably be selling the home, and I think that's why we're talking today.
Well, I think too's telling her like the best way to get the equity out of your house at this point with it in pre-foreclosure, the only way to pull the money out of the house now is to sell the property, because you're in pre-foreclosure now. You don't want the bank taking it and you get zero, and they determine when it gets sold and when you got to move out. With this offer, you can potentially walk away with a lot of the cash in your pocket. This is the only route to that, right?
If it qualifies.
If it qualifies.
Would you agree?
Well, that probably makes the most sense, but it's the last thing I want to do, unfortunately. Right. But I may be forced to.
Yeah, no, it's an unfortunate situation. Mortgages are, or lenders, not the mortgages. The mortgages are just the mortgage, but the lenders, they just, I feel like they don't warn enough. You know what I mean? Like, how did this come about to where
Like your fire
in the
alarm.
pre-foreclosure
Warning you
status?
right now,
warning
it
you.
needs a new battery.
Well, I shouldn't be, because I've always
You hear that beep? That's like your mortgage company.
That's your mortgage company's been going off in the background for 6 months. They sent that beep.
So that makes me wonder a lot about how upfront and honest Chase Bank is. Because if there was a problem,
Dude, and I hear this on all these calls where like, dude, the bank is the fucking enemy. These people are all victims. We need to fucking play into that.
Yep, 100%.
Like these big banks taking advantage of you. You've worked hard your whole life. How old are you, Miss Carol? 68? Holy smoke, 68 years old. Could you imagine working your whole life, buying a home, doing everything right, and the banks are taking it from you? Like the way to get back at them is let's sell this thing before they take it to auction and they dictate when you got to sell it. They force you to sell it and they force you to get out. Right now you can control it. If your property qualifies, we'll give you an offer and you'll walk away with a bunch of cash. In fact, that's our way to say an F you to the bank.
Yeah.
For treating you this way.
particularly since I've got 2 business accounts there and my personal account and then this home. I mean, I'm a customer.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and it's been on auto pay ever since I bought the house. And I've never had a problem. But here's what I do know. The houses in this area have gone up considerably in price. And it seems to me they just want to, since I'm not moving as quickly as they might want me to get out of the house, if that's their
100,000.
I think maybe she thought that
So
he asked what's
they're
the
saying, you're saying Chase Bank is telling you
She
that,
doesn't
or
know
Julian?
The bank saying the
No,
house.
that's Chase Bank. That's on that. When I go in to check my mortgage, first, I spent my entire career in working for lawyers. I check my status on everything at least once a month because I know mistakes can happen and things like that. And if you let those go too far, it's hard to fix them and it takes forever. So I always check.
She needs to get this all
I
out.
haven't seen anything that even remotely gives rise to what you're telling me. Nothing. My things have been automatic since I bought the house. That's the first thing I did because I went back to school. I was going to school full time and working full time, and I knew there were some things that would drop through the crack, and I didn't want it to be the mortgage. So I set that up for auto pay as soon as
She's trying to justify?
Missing the payments.
Yeah, she's broke.
This is all very interesting.
When did you buy the home?
Oh, good Lord. Sometime in the 80s. I can't remember. It's been a long time. And there was a lot going on when I bought it. So, because I was
Have
trying
you
to
gotten any?
rush.
Have you gotten any bank loans from Wells Fargo?
Do you see that on the tape?
Well, I had a previous, yes. those are valid, and those, yeah, I can't remember what those. One of those has to do with school, because I went back to get an MBA, and I borrowed the money for that from
Didn't pay them
Wells Fargo,
back.
so I didn't have to worry about, you know,
Well, she's just been using this house as a line of credit for
scrape and get that every
everything
month
seems
for school.
HELOCs and
And
schools.
that would have been.
She only owes,
It's hard to
records
remember
showing she
what
only
date
owes
things happened,
107,
so much has happened.
close to
2007.
That was something.
Her payments are
I'm
14
sorry?
so it can't be.
2007 is when you got it. It looks like, but it was an original loan of a.
I thought it was earlier than that. Okay.
Looks like you owe roughly $87,000 on that, and then on the new conventional from Wells Fargo from 2012, it looks like you owe about $120. I'm not seeing that you owe $180,000 though. I mean, I'm not seeing that you owe $800,000. Do you happen to have like a picture of the mortgage statement from what you pay every month?
I think what we listen to next time is
I save everything.
some short recordings,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 5-10 minute calls where we're getting hit with objections.
She does though, like
Does
at some
she?
point in the
It
conversation.
gets hard. She says, I don't want to sell. What are you talking about an offer? I'm not selling.
Got it. Okay.
Well, do you know where that's at in this conversation?
I think it's soon.
Okay.
It's like, it's right before the first hold.
Is that all? Oh.
Sellers that we talk to, where they kind of sit on the sidelines and try and just come to reality with the situation. And next thing you know, the auction process has already started and they're taking the home. They lost everything. Like, I would hate for
Okay,
that to
well,
happen
see-
to you.
Okay, first, I worked for lawyers for 40 plus years.
Here we go.
I don't sit on the sidelines. I pick up the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, when we get off the phone, that's what I'll do. I'll pick up the phone because and call an attorney. Because over that time, I have lots of people I can call and ask questions. And find out and get advice based on their experience. I already have two in mind that I know would happily help. Advise
The only
me
problem is you're in a 46-year modified mortgage, so doing a loan modification with the lender is probably something out of the question as well. Something they could do is maybe take all of your arrears that you owe and slap it to the back of the loan, but you're already in a 46-year loan. You know, there's a long time of payments coming. You know what I mean? Like, how much money do you have right now, Miss Carol?
Well, virtually, in my income right now is all I have because I've been helping my granddaughter and 4 great-grandchildren for the past 2 years. So that's made a dent.
You know, I'm on your side. I'm going to say our favor, right? Because I want the best situation to happen for you possible. Because that means I get to go to bed tonight in a happy mood, right? I helped another person. So I think the easiest route with the less stress.
These
the less
leads
headache-
are, you do have to talk to them different. Because they 100% are the victim.
They're a victim every single time.
Yeah, so you do have to tread lightly with these leads.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a common theme we see where, like, they have just given somebody their social security number thinking that they're gonna get a check for $3,000, and all of a sudden they're like, your credit's so shot, you have no income, you're in, pre foreclosure, you have a $10,000 arrears, like, we can't do anything for you. So it's like a punch to the gut and then they're instantly getting transferred right after that, because they don't even, they probably don't pull their credit often. They probably don't know they have a 500 credit score and all this shit. They're just putting all this shit on the back burner. So it's like they just get all this news. Your credit shit, you owe all this money, your house is dangerously close to foreclosure, you're gonna have to sell it. And they're like, fuck this, I haven't done anything wrong, blah, 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 it's the bank's fault. So we just gotta dig into that and take their side and treat like, yeah, you are a victim. Like, let's fight back against them with, instead of them taking your house and dictating your life, you can get it sold and walk
Win
away
the
with
battle.
it. Win the battle.
Yeah. Like this lady genuinely thought that she was gonna get an attorney and fight Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not happening.
by not paying them.
She doesn't have that many connections.
Yeah.
I don't know if she worked for lawyers or
Possibly,
what.
not possibly. Guaranteed more money in your pocket would be to just hit the reset button, sell the property, and either rent a home or just buy another one. I know you're super attached to the property.
I don't know if I love reset either. I can't decide if I like that. I think we just say, I think we stick with, the only way to get the equity out and get you paid is to sell the home. Like, if you, and compare it to, it's in pre-foreclosure, don't let the bank dictate when this thing gets auctioned off and how much money they get for it. Like, why don't you take control and you can walk away with potentially, money in your pocket and a timeline that works for you. Instead of just saying reset, like, I think that's made a little negative. I don't know. I don't like it.
Because some of these people don't want to reset.
Yeah, I don't know if they feel like they need a reset, but I think if you just explain it, if you can sell it on your timeline with your terms, your price, you can get money.
And that's
Without it, the
what
bank's
what
gonna control it.
Worst part is, but unfortunately, we're kind of 4 months in. We're 3 months past the 90-day mark is when the pre-foreclosure status starts. We're already in it. It could be a matter of 60 to 90 days until the ticking time bomb comes to an end, essentially.
Can you hold on a second there?
Yeah. And coming across multiple six figures and being completely debt free. So you could look at it as like a blessing as well. Like, when's the last time that you've been debt free and had multiple six figures in your checking account?
Yeah, but yeah, okay. I know that from a monetary sense it might make sense, but there's all the other stuff that's involved. There's
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the thing. The time spent packing, moving, then looking for another place, then moving into that place, and all that, which is a negative in my opinion.
100%. Yeah, Miss Caroline, and I'm with you on that for sure. Like, we understand that as well. We have a whole department within our team at Prime Partner here that we're actually buying a house, almost the same exact situation in New Jersey right now. His name is Ken. Wonderful man. He's amazing. He's been going through this for 6 months, so he was on a shorter time crunch. Can you hear me
Love
still?
the third party story.
Yes, I can.
And what was happening is he just needed help, right? Like, he essentially needed his hand held throughout the situation in order for him to not lose everything at the age of 75. And that being said, his home, everything, right? Like, everything was in his house, and he was about to lose it over $100,000 mortgage. It's just not worth it. So what we did is we gave him a 60 business day close. We were able to put $600,000 in his pocket, right? That goes to him. We pay off that mortgage, and after as well, we're letting him stay in the home for 30 days to where we're helping him find a new place to go. And every single step is being taken care of by us, and we're holding his hand throughout the whole process, right? So we're not in the business to make people homeless. We're in the business to truly solve problems, and we would not close on the property until we know that you're situated and everything you need is taken care of by us. So all the moving parts that come with moving, trust me, I know. I've moved a lot of times growing up. By the time I was 16 years old, I lived in 38 different homes. So trust me, I completely understand.
Good Lord, is that
I grew up
true?
with a single mom, and we were constantly bouncing around due to financials, right? Like, she had 2 kids, and she had me at 19. Probably not the smartest decision. But, we were moving around from city to city, state to state, just so, she could put food on the table. I'm forever grateful for her, but I completely understand moving is definitely not a fun subject. But like I said, we can help you from every step of the way from A to Z and make it as headacheless and smooth as possible, because that is what we specialize in. Okay, so the main thing is solving the problem at our hands now and just putting faith in us that we can help you across the finish line with anything you need in between. Right?
Okay. Well, after that spiel, I can hardly not say okay.
That was
It made sense.
done awesome.
And I was just having an
That
emotional
was
moment
really,
about
really good.
over it now.
Because I think she literally just said, well, that's a deal I can't say no to.
And I think it is the comparison again of the big banks aren't going to help you with this. Like, that's why you're on the phone with me. Like,
Yep.
we're going to help you through this move.
Okay.
Wells Fargo doesn't give a shit about you. They're going to say, we're auctioning your house off today. You got to move out tomorrow. We're literally going to work on your timeline and help you with the move.
Yep.
Right.
And you used Ken, was his name, right?
Ken.
Ken, that was a great third party story. You looping in 38 homes just to let her know you personally dealt with that. Dude, that was fucking flawless.
Let's get down to business. What do I need to do?
Let's get down to business.
So,
Dude, she almost submitted right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She flipped
Let's
around.
get down to business.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really simple. It sounds almost like way too simple than what it should be, but what I'm going to do is everything you've been giving me as far as the condition of the home, I've been putting it into my system. It gets sent back to my underwriters. I'm here in the office with them right now. They're running a report on the property that's going to tell them everything they need to know as far as a monetary
Fucking
value.
fire alarm is, I feel like it's in
Back
here.
there really quick.
It's like louder than
See what they've got for me.
When I got on
And
the phone
then
with her to go over the
I'll be
contract,
right
I
back.
heard it, and
Could
I was
could I
like,
put you on a quick hold?
I was on the phone with the notary,
Sure.
and I was like,
Absolutely.
is that
Okay.
smoke
I'll
alarm?
be
She's
right
like,
back.
"Yes."
Okay.
The call's like probably 30 minutes of that call. 40 minutes of that call. Towards the end is literally just the email. Like,
So 36 minutes was really though spent just talking about her situation. We didn't spend a whole lot of time on the house, right?
Right.
You definitely jumped that section.
Well, we fast forwarded it, but you probably didn't talk about it.
We talked about the outside, like I said before. We talked about the inside. Can you tell me everything about the
Yeah.
outside? We talked a little. Then we talked about what she's done inside.
Got it.
But she painted. She hasn't done anything since 2002.
Got
But she
Okay.
kept it really clean.
it. Okay.
And then I didn't spend as much as I should have, like going really into detail.
Yep.
But I do come back on the second hold and hit those questions to kind of loop it back to the house.
Okay. All right.
I feel like she just needed to feel comfortable with who she was talking to and
Yeah.
have that conversation.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, that sounds about right. Attended about a year after we bought the house.
Okay, and is it breakers or fuses?
Well, I can't remember.
Okay.
I can go outside and look.
If you just look in the pen, you know what breakers are, right?
Uh-huh.
Like you just
Hopefully she
flip them
goes
right
and
to
does
the
this,
left.
right?
So you were trained on that stuff.
Yeah, he said, well, I'm not getting the boy, so come on.
Because dude, she's sold right now. She wouldn't be walking out to the breaker box if she wasn't selling this house.
In her pajamas into the garage.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's how my mom is. She's she knows how to fix anything.
Mhm. So you say you need me to look at the breaker panel?
Yeah, if you could just let me know if they're breakers or fuses. If they're breakers, that's good. I think we can get the home approved. If they're fuses, I just kind of maybe have to pull a couple more strings to see if we can get this approved.
That's all about the electric.
Give me a second. Because I'm
All up to the electric.
Yeah, the electric panel squeezes.
It's really cold up here
I don't know if
today.
we
I'm
put that
just
on
getting
camera.
ready.
Hey,
I'm here
I
myself.
wish I was in my pajamas. It's my birthday. I'd love to be in my pajamas, so
Oh,
you're
happy
lucky.
birthday.
We can do it.
I appreciate it.
It should be slipping into warm weather here, but it's not doing that. It actually has gotten colder in the last 2 weeks.
Right.
I'm thinking Mother Nature's really confused, but I can understand how she's confused and why.
Right. A lot of crazy stuff has been happening.
And we're always meddling with something in the environment. I'm surprised she can manage it all.
Amen.
I don't know what to say. We're just talking about weather right now.
So I'm heading out to 3 close behind me.
Okay.
My plan is that I got everything I need. I'm going straight to the city. It's Monday. It's a good day to start. I know nobody using this.
She's wanting
Okay,
but most of the
shower.
everything gonna be there. So if you keep the
She
kitchen
doesn't know
closed,
to do so.
it won't.
She has no money.
I know.
Well, she was trying to get a construction loan.
Okay.
Yeah, a home improvement loan.
Oh, is she on hold again?
Well, today, should I tell you how the process works with us really quick, just so you know what you'll be stepping into? Okay, beautiful. That okay?
Yeah, no,
Alright.
I just
All right. So I put down that it's breakers. It sounds like you've got breakers. We'll just go with that. Okay.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I just went in the garage, and the breaker panel, the real breaker panel is in the garage, so it's definitely
Okay.
breakers.
Okay. Beautiful. If we can get an offer approval today, should I tell you how the process works with us really quick, just so you know what you'll be stepping into?
Sure.
Okay. So once the home is approved and the offer is accepted, Ms. Carroll, we just sign a simple 2-page agreement. It's written in 3rd grade English, not to insult your intelligence. It's written for guys like me. It's just super easy to understand. And then after that,
Fucking
within
bitch.
24 hours, you'll actually get a call from one of our
Script.
transaction coordinators, and they're going to hold your
Dude, it
hand through the
just
whole entire
works.
process. Remember, I was talking about our different
You
departments
put
that
your
we have.
personality into
Pretty much
it
anything you
with some
need.
third-party
And they're
stories.
going to be
Have a
card reports
conversation.
back,
It is pretty
and they're going to call you within 24 hours to
It just
line up
works.
pictures for the home, make sure any of your needs are taken care of, and all of that good stuff. The title company is going to make sure there's a clear close for title. There's no, liens on the property that we're unaware of. We can get
Before
the exact
closing, we're
number
gonna
that we need
have
to
to send
help.
her a 9-volt battery.
Yeah.
Wait. It sounds like you're talking about selling the house. I'm not selling the house.
Well, what are we going to do?
What do you mean, what are we going to do?
How do we fix what's going on in the situation with the pre foreclosure?
scared. I was like, fuck.
That's why I was consulting an attorney.
Well, Miss Carroll, we just spoke and we were just talking about the idea of selling. It does not mean you are selling, but we want to give you an option. Because, like I
You
said,
don't need to give me that option because I'm not selling. I am not going to sell.
well, Miss
If I
Carroll,
have to,
what
I'll
happens? You can't borrow money though, Miss Carroll. They denied you for borrowing money. That's why you're on the phone with me.
No. I have people.
Mm-hmm.
I have people who will help me if I need it. I'd rather.
So definitely right now, we need to take a deep breath.
I'd rather be
Don't know
able
where
to,
this goes.
find a different way to do that, so I don't have to ask people for money
This is
because I
after
don't like
Antonio,
doing that.
like, another 6 fucking
I
figure
don't
deal
like
on the
owing people
phone.
money,
And then this happens.
but I would do that if it's a last resort.
Right. I hear you. Well, Miss Carroll, how old are you?
I'll be 75 in May.
Same age as Kim.
75 in May. So I just turned 21 today, and I'm having this conversation with you as I'm talking to my grandmother, right? And if my grandmother was in the same position that you're in right now, like it would break my heart to see what could happen the route you want to go.
Yes, but that's okay. But I haven't always done that. The reason I have been doing that lately
ripping her
is
ass.
my granddaughter moved up here and stayed with me for 2 years. She's gone. So before that, I wasn't My Social Security is $4,200 a month.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Your
spend that
mortgage
much
payment a
money.
month.
$1,600.
And what about all the other living expenses? Are you probably saving $1,500 a month? Sounds like you're getting work done to the bathroom. That's gonna cost money, right? Like I'm just
Ask
saying.
a question.
I'm sure we can both agree.
Ask a question.
You asked
you're
a
not
question.
saving your way to.
You're answering them for him.
Yep. Let her answer. And it's when you're in the heat of the battle, it's hard sometimes, especially when it pivoted so fast, where like literally you thought she had laid down already,
Yeah.
and then boom, I ain't selling. It's hard not to get like fucking really excited right here.
Yeah.
Yep. And she owes 15,000 in arrears.
Yep.
That just gets her back to zero.
To being able to pay off this mortgage. It's just not a reality.
And your point is, because I'm not being a smart ass.
No, I hear you. It's just that you're in pre-foreclosure. Like within 60 to 90 days, whether you get an attorney or not, the lender is not stopping the process because they want their money. You owe them $15,000. You've unfortunately, Chase has done something to you to where you're 4 months behind on the mortgage payment, and they will foreclose on you and take everything. This happened to my grandpa. His name's Max in Bartow, Florida.
Okay.
This home was in our family for generations. He got the property after his father passed. Out of all of his siblings, he has 7
Real
siblings.
story.
He got the property. He missed 4 months of payments, and he didn't want to do anything but sell. He wanted to do everything but sell the house. And you know what happened, Miss Carol? My grandfather, he put his pride in front of the reality, and we no longer have that home to our family because he could not make the payments or figure out a way to fight a billion-dollar corporation. It's not set up for you to win, unfortunately. It's just not, right? I hate it, and I'm speaking to you from experience of watching this happen with my own family. So like I said, I'm speaking with you right now like you're my own grandmother in this situation, and all I want to do is help guide you to the smartest decision, right? And keeping this in foreclosure with an auction on the timeline, right? You've spent a lot of your money helping out your granddaughter. You're getting worked into the home. You want to go hire an attorney. Like it's just, I just hate to see you spend all this money, time, and resources just for you to become another statistic, right? Ms. Carroll, I don't want you to become another statistic. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yes, I do. I really do, and I appreciate it. Because someone else might say, well, heck, that's not my problem. If that's what she wants to do, she wants to do something that I think, with my experience, I know is not going to be beneficial. I'm just going to let her do it. So I appreciate it. I really do.
Dude, you're handling this really well.
Yeah, and obviously you do what you want with that information. I just would hate to. I would feel like I'm doing you a disservice by letting you off the phone, thinking that it's possible for you to come back from this unless you stumble across 20 grand. And the last thing you need is more debt to be attached to your name for you to pay back higher monthly payment, right? The house, obviously, it probably could use some love to bring it to more of the standard, right? I'm sure here,
I've spent tens of thousands of, it needed love when I bought it, but it's in primo condition now. I spent a lot of money on it.
Why are you redoing the bathroom? Just because you want to?
So because I've had my granddaughter and her children here. That's why.
Is there a leak or anything like that? A problem with the bathroom that's triggered the guy to come out there?
Yeah.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, what if your AC unit goes out? That's $6,500. What if the roof gets a 25-year-old leak?
The roof has been redone. The roof, when I did that was when I bought the house.
back in 2000.
Shortly after, about 10 years. No, about 6 or 7 years after we bought the house, we did the roof. And
So we're talking about a 20-year-old roof. All I'm saying is I look at properties all day, every day, from top of the line remodeled homes to homes that definitely need some love. I'd say yours comes right in the middle, where given a couple more months, maybe a year, stuff's gonna start to go out, and that's just more money you're gonna have to dish out. You're already have unfortunately stumbled into the pre-foreclosure status. I just don't want you to lose everything you have. It sounds like this house means a lot to you, right? Like it was your dad's house, right? You grew up in the home.
It actually wasn't. Nope, didn't grow up in the home. I bought the home. I just don't want to go through the process of moving and having to find a new house.
You would have to move and find a new house anyway, wouldn't you?
You know, you could almost say you're not losing it. We're helping you not actually lose it.
You're gonna lose it to the bank.
Yeah.
In this situation, you're gonna sell it and make
Yeah.
the hard earned money out of it that you put into it all these years.
I've never dealt, honestly, these types of leads are different leads.
They're different.
And you do have to talk to them different. Out of all the deals we've done, I've probably talked to a handful of these types of people right here.
Like foreclosure leads.
Yeah, where it is denial. It's like they are 100% in denial. And like just hearing that right there, where it's like, we're helping you actually not lose this. Losing is the bank's winning. You're not losing with us helping you. You're actually winning. You're winning the battle.
Yeah, through the whole conversation, it's just us, me and you against the bank. So every objection can roll that way.
Yep. Losing is 90 days from now when you're forced to move.
Yeah, when Wells Fargo auctions your house to anybody they want, the
That's
highest
easy.
bidder, and they tell you when you have to get out.
Yeah.
Rather move and find a new house with money in your pocket and the credit score to be able to even qualify for a rental. If you get a foreclosure, Carol, for 7 years, you're not going to be able to find a rental or a home to get a loan. Right?
I know that.
You're just not going to be able to, and mind you, you're not going to have any money to do so. Like, this is a route for you to be able to do what you're ultimately going to have to do, which is move and find a new house. But if you go the route with battling the bank, you're going to have no help finding that new house. You're going to have no money finding that new house. And you're not going to have the income qualification or the qualification of the credit background to get the new house. This route, we can put you with multiple 6 figures in your bank account, help with anything you need along the whole entire process of finding that new house, ordering the moving company, helping your furniture get moved to the new house, finding the new house, setting up everything for you. Right? Like, we're helping you with everything to make this as easy as possible for you. We're even willing to buy the house, give you a 60 business day close, as much time as you need in order to help find that new property for you. And even after we close, we can give you another 30 to 60 days to stay in the home to have more than enough time, right? The bank's not going to do that for you. They're just not. They're going to tell you to get out. And then you gotta figure it all out in 24 hours where you're gonna go. It's not a fun process.
That's losing.
Okay, I can see that.
You know? So
She's
let me
literally
at least
processing
run back
this
there, see
all.
what
This
they've
is
got
a
as far as
lot.
See what we can do to help you
Well,
out.
think about it too.
And then-
Like, she's gone from calling in off a mailer, thinking she's gonna get a line of credit,
With the contractor on the way to her house.
Yeah.
to an hour later, she's selling her fucking house.
Literally, dude, she processed a lot. This is somebody that we need to stay on.
Oh,
She
God.
went to bed last night, woke up this morning, like,
That was at a dream.
what the fuck happened yesterday?
Yeah, and I was thinking maybe with these, like, you know, like a lot of access issues are coming. It's like
It's shocking.
It's
And then they wake up and they're like,
Well,
fuck, I don't know if I want
it's
to do
these
this.
people that get to this point in their life where they have a 500 credit score, they're behind on their payments, they have arrears, they're fucked, where they are in denial.
Yep.
And they've been in denial
Yep.
to the point where we're on the
Years.
phone with them.
Yeah, years. This didn't happen in 4 months. Like, she's 4 months behind on payments. Her life is spiraled out of control years prior to this. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like an intervention. You know, when someone's all fucked up in the family, it takes years before everyone's like, you know what, screw this.
Yeah.
We're all gonna get in a circle, it's gonna be a surprise, boom, and they're like, all these emotions are crying, you need to go, I ain't going to treatment, all that, like that's literally what's happened to her
That's a great analogy.
in the last hour and a half. And at 75 years old, this is a really hard pill for her to swallow. Really hard pill. So like today, we need to pretty much be calling her up and, hey, good morning. Or whatever, whatever the frick her name is, Carolyn. Hey, Carolyn, you know, maybe it's not even you, maybe it's,
I talked to her last night.
and it's, just want to let you know, I know yesterday was a big moment for you. Congratulations, blah, blah, blah. We have our pictures being scheduled.
We already got them.
Moving that shit forward, just get a temperature check on her. Because her emotions are all over the place right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? God knows who she called yesterday. You know, a family member or whatever, because her family's probably as fucked as she is.
Yeah, they were living with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is a shock though. It is an intervention.
It's an
It's
intervention.
a perfect analogy. Because yeah, you're just going about your day, putting all this shit on the back burner. I'll get sober tomorrow. I'll figure it out. I'll get a job, whatever. It's like this same thing where she's just putting this shit on the back burner until it's in pre foreclosure. And she walks in and everybody's like, sell your fucking house or we're not talking to you.
Yeah. Just she called a piece of mail, thinks she was getting money.
She thought she was getting a loan.
Bam!
An hour later, she's selling her house half off.
Oh my god, literally half off.
With a notary there. Like, there's a lot.
Yeah.
She took my first offer.
Motivated.
Ken did that shit too.
Yeah. We'll hold this. I'll drive to fucking Oakland today and buy this lady a 9-volt battery and fucking replace her smoke alarm.
Yeah. This was a really good call, though.
Yeah.
It really was, dude.
Way to stay on that bucking Bronco when she's giving objection.
Your third party stories, I think, were super powerful in this.
Yeah.
Bringing Ken into this, bringing your own personal 38 homes by the time you were however old, your grandfather losing the family home and you don't have that home today. Like all those stories, she needed to hear every single one of those. And I think your delivery was perfect on them. Your timing and position with all those stories were phenomenal on them. Like literally, dude, I think you handled this with fucking velvet gloves. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, this was a really, really good call. I mean, I could sit here and pick little things apart, but it ain't even worth it. Like, dude, to handle this type of a lead the way you did and understand the situation, because you were really in the conversation. You could tell you were in it, you were listening to her. There was a brief moment of shock for you when she said, I'm not selling. I think you recovered amazing on that. And you didn't panic. You didn't start fighting fire with fire. It took you a minute to take a deep breath and realize, okay, she's not 100% sold yet. You looped back around. You did more your third party stories. You saying, given the explanation of everything that we can do for her. Kind of, we're going to take you by the hand. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to give you extra time. We're going to give you all that. She needed every bit of what you gave her. So I think this was a fucking 9 out of 10, dude. on this call.
Yeah, that's how you get houses half off.
Yep, this was a 9 out of 10 call, bro. You handled this flawlessly. Yep,
Great
really,
job.
really fucking good job on this call. Yeah, so on this deal, because we do got to take control of this deal ASAP, meaning we need our name on the title, the deed. So we're gonna use our money. We're gonna take the property down. We're gonna give her time. We're gonna hold money in escrow to make sure she vacates. But we need to control this deal and the homeowner throughout this entire process. It's in California, so I don't think you can file memos in California. There's not a lot of protection, I don't believe. We don't do a ton of deals in California, but the one thing we do know on this deal with the amount of money that's in it, we're talking anywhere from $200,000 to $250,000 on our side in this deal. We need to take control of it immediately, own the property, and then deal with the homeowner after that. Yo, what is going on? I want to congratulate you for making it to the end. What does that actually mean? You're in the 1% club. You stuck around for all the information. Most people bail on the life they ultimately want. So this is what I want you to do. So we can get to know one another. I want you to click the subscribe button, leave a comment, and hit the notifications. Why? I want to get to know you. I want to continue to win with you. By the way, that is me in the comments, so I want to personally chat with you. I want to know exactly where you're at. So click the subscribe button, hit the notifications, and I can't wait to see you on the next video.